I really think maybe we set our son up for that because remember when they were little and they would misbehave in the car, we would point to abandoned buildings and be like, if you don't listen, we're going to drop you off at Dirty House Daycare.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is Big Dink Energy, the pickleball podcast that's half insight, half nonsense, and all entertainment. If you love pickleball, don't take yourself too seriously and think a little trash talk makes the game better, welcome home. This is the place where life and pickleball intersect. We celebrate the chaos, call out the nonsense, and put the fun back in dysfunction. You're either in or you're out. And if you're still listening, you're in. So let's go. Big Dink Energy starts now. Every breath you take, we'll be watching you. Gordon Sumner said that. Sting. That's his real name.
I know the P. Diddy version.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh my gosh.
If you're in your car, wherever you're listening, crank it all the way up. This one's going to be a good one, but aren't they all? Listen, this episode is brought to you by Blue Balls, and they're way more than the toughest pickleballs in the game. Their Extreme 40 balls are built to take a beating. Sometimes you got to pay extra for that. Fly straight and keep the rally going longer than your stamina. Clubs love them. Coaches trust them. And if you've got a crew that chews through balls like I chew through cold brew, their 100-pack bulk deal keeps you stocked all season. But here's the kicker. Boom! Blue Balls is making noise with their paddles too. Same no-nonsense performance, same take-it-to-the-limit design. Whether you're grinding tournaments or banging it out in open play, these paddles bring the pop and control you didn't know you were missing. Upgrade your gear at blueballs.com. That's BLOOBALLZ.com. Play harder, dink longer, swing with the Blue Balls.
And while you're over there, grab a t-shirt too, because I always get compliments on my Blue Balls t-shirt.
Everybody loves the Blue Balls and the Blue Balls paddle.
Yeah.
Everyone
afraid,
loves
guys.
that one.
Don't be afraid, guys. These are Blue Balls you can handle.
Yep.
Okay, so I thought for this week, I would bring a little quiz to you ladies.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Ladies of the paddle, of the pickleball. So who knows
That's a little concerning.
Yes, who knows what genericide is? Okay, you're going to do great on the quiz.
Okay, Genericide. I could kind of boulder dash my way through it, probably.
Yeah, let's do a boulder dash.
I know what
Great
genocide is.
Okay, genocide. It's where you listen to too much Genesis.
Genesis. I knew it.
No. Genericide. In trademark law, genericide happens when a brand name becomes so commonly used that people use it to refer to an entire class of products rather than a specific brand,
Gotcha.
effectively making the trademark lose its legal protection and becoming a ubiquitous or generic term.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yep. So I'm going to give you a word, a product, and I want you to tell me, is it genericide or not? True or false?
Okay.
T or the F? All right.
All right.
True is that it is genericide.
Yes. Yes.
Meaning it's the brand that's
It is
become
genericide. Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the public domain now.
Okay.
All right. Escalator.
Oh,
Yeah. True.
I don't know. False. I mean, I've always called it an escalator. I've never known any different.
Okay. Escalator was once a trademark owned by the Otis Elevator Company. Often see them in hotel rooms. Otis coined it in 1900. It became generic when people used escalator to mean any moving staircase.
Interesting.
All right. Who's keeping score?
Well, I have one. I know that.
Okay. Keep your own score at
Get
home. All right. Buzz in with your name when you know it. Thermos.
True.
True.
Buzz in with your name is what the rules were.
Oh, we don't have a buzzer. It's true.
Okay. Thermos is still a protected trademark in the U.S.
Oh.
It was ruled generic in 1963. Thermos was originally owned by Thermos GmbH.
Not Thurman Merman.
No, not Thurman Merman. How many sandwiches do you want, Thana? Aspirin.
True.
Aspirin. False?
It is true. Aspirin lost its trademark status in the United States after World War I, the one I was in. Bayer lost its U.S. rights in 1919 when the government seized German assets. Jawohl. All right. Kleenex.
True.
True.
False.
What?
False.
Okay, maybe I don't understand the rules of this game.
Kleenex is still a protected trademark.
But everybody just says
Yeah,
Everyone
give me
calls it Kleenex.
Give me a
yes,
tissue. Give
but
me
it's
Kleenex.
not. It didn't lose its patent.
Yep. Kleenex is still a protected trademark owned by Kimberly-Clark, though it's at high risk of genericide.
Yeah,
It should be.
I bet.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Yo-yo.
Oh, false.
I have no idea.
Is yo-yo still trademarked or is it genericided?
True?
It is true. Owned by Duncan Toys, the court ruled it generic in 1965.
Wow.
I still have 4 points.
Zipper.
True.
True.
Zipper is false. Is still a registered trademark owned by Levi's. It was coined by B.F.
Really?
Goodrich for a brand of boots, but became generic by the 1920s.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But it still has its patent.
Yep. Now you know. If you got one out there, shout us out. Put it in the comments and let us know one that you didn't know maybe. We got some fan mail? Did we get fan mail?
We do have fan mail.
Yeah.
This fan mail comes from Chance, and he says, what an amazing podcast and even more amazing group of people. If you love pickleball or want a good laugh or both, then check these guys out. Thank you, Chance.
Thanks, Chance.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Quick pickleball wisdom in and out before you know it. Did you know power doesn't come from tensing up muscles? Listen, how hard you hit the ball isn't directly correlated with how hard you're trying to swing. Meaning, if you muscle the ball, you're actually not going to maximize your power. If you want to hit the ball hard, you need to have a relaxed swing. Relaxing your muscles allows for you to get maximum paddle acceleration, which will in turn lead to loads of power. Muscling the ball will inhibit your paddle from accelerating as fast as it can, except for you, obviously.
Yeah.
That just drive everything that we do. Hit the ball as hard as possible.
Just the tip.
It's time for Pickle Pals.
I wanted to do this interview for a little while now. We already mentioned him on the podcast at a certain point. Have you ever wanted to be part of a secret society? Well, now is your chance. That's what our guest Tim is building. We're going to talk to the man behind the Secret Pickle, a private invite-only pickleball club quietly being built in, I don't know about quietly, built in Lynchburg, Virginia. No, not where Jack Daniels is. That's Tennessee. No big signage, no social media blitz, no 500-member free-for-all, just clean courts, curated vibes, and an intentionally tight-knit community. Listen, Tim's part visionary, part entrepreneur, part local legend for sure. He's pulling back the curtain today on what it takes to create a club that thrives in silence. So if you've ever dreamed about launching your own pickleball palace or just want to know what the heck goes on behind the locked doors of the Secret Pickle, you're about to find out. Tim, thanks so much for being on the Big Dink Energy podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So the name is already mysterious, right? The Secret Pickle. So how did that come about, the idea for the name?
Yeah, so we wanted to make something. I guess the name itself came from, I don't know if you've ever been to Vegas. You know, the Cosmopolitan has a place called the Secret Pizza. And, you know, it's kind of the same thing. They don't have advertising. I don't even think they have social media. The only way you can find it is either you know it's there or you have to find some influencer that tells you how to get there.
Right.
So that's kind of how it was. Like, and you know, those guys are doing like $8 million a year.
Oh yeah,
in pizza.
they're outrageous. They're killing it, and they are. You're right. They're really tight on their social media stuff too.
Yeah, so that's, I was like, you know what, like there's all these big companies out there doing pickleball, all of these, you know, the Hub and all of these other big places. We're like, what if we kind of change a little bit and kind of went a little more niche?
Yeah, I love it. So tell us about your vision, I guess. So we got the name, the Secret Pickle, coming from the Secret Pizza in Vegas. But kind of what is your vision for the whole thing? Because you're almost done, right? Or are you already done?
Yeah, we're almost done. You know, the building's up, everything. We're finishing up. Well, we're getting some of the bathrooms built out and things like that. And then the finish, you know, will come in here pretty soon. But the vision was, you know, in our city where it's kind of small when we don't have a whole lot of indoor facilities, right? So you have like one place and then maybe the YMCA where you're fighting for space against basketball and badminton and things like that. So I was like, what if I don't want to spend $10 million building out a 10-court facility and, you know, what if it doesn't work? Like that's a lot of money to do something like that. $10-20 million some of these places are putting in. What if we just did something more niche where people could have the court when they want to? Or, you know, that was the biggest complaint when I started asking around was, you know, because honestly, I've only played pickleball once, you know, and at a birthday party. And
nice.
It was fun. I had a great time. But, then I was like, what if, that once I started talking to some people, it's like, okay, if it rains, they can play. And
Yeah.
if when it gets too cold, they can't play. If they show up at the one facility they have here in town, it's open. And, you go across the country playing, sometimes you get to some of these places and you can't get a court for a while. You're trying to kind of, slip in there. So that was the kind of the thought behind it. Every time I've built the business, it's always been, okay, where can we find a little niche and where can we kind of explore that and see if there is a market for it.
Yeah, for me, it kind of, when I heard about it and we read about it, I kind of thought, because I smoke cigars. So I've been to a couple great cigar places that, you had your own locker, you had access to an exclusive club. One of them not too far away actually has like a secret entrance behind a bookcase and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So I love that kind of stuff. So it's kind of that vibe, right? So indoor courts, kitchen lounge, conference room. What was, when you had this vision, how did you decide like which features were the most important, other than the courts, obviously?
So before we even did anything, I put out an ad on Facebook. I ran an ad for 8 days with $25 a day, and it was type form, and he had questions like it really started with like give us your name and number. Here's this. Do you want to, what's your t-shirt size? Right? Because people love getting free stuff.
Right,
so
right.
that was kind of like, if you keep answering, then there might be a t-shirt at the end. So that was the hook on there. And then he had questions like, would you do this? Like, do you play singles? Do you play doubles? Would you like showers? He just had a bunch of questions. And at the end, really, the biggest question was, would you pay $100 to be part of this, hypothetical club?
Right.
And I would say we had a response of, we had about 90 people that responded to that ad in the area. We did a 12-mile radius from our location. And about 80% said yes, they would be willing to pay $100 to be a part of it.
Wow.
And then the next question was, would you bring any friends in to invite to the membership? And that's the beauty about pickleball. No one wants to play alone.
Right.
If you get one, you're getting most likely 3 more. And that's how that's kind of how the whole thing started.
Huh.
And it was great. Great response, 80% response, and
I love it.
Like, okay, well let's go ahead and do it. Let's try it.
Yeah, you're right, because the pickleball community, you quickly realize I have disposable income, and now all of a sudden I don't have a disposable income because I'm buying paddles and buying gear, and so but that's a different clientele too, because I do want to feel special. I do want to feel exclusive. I do want to have this almost like a secret I keep about where I play, because you're only letting in 100, right? That's what it is, starting with 100, right?
That's right. So we kind of thought, like you guys brought it up on your other one, a speakeasy kind of thing, a golf lounge, membership. So that's kind of the vibe. Like we'll have a lounge with like leather couches and a place for people to hang out. Just coffee machines, drinks, like people to just feel part of something. Everyone wants to feel part of something.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's like when you restrict people from being part of something, sometimes it becomes bigger than what you can imagine. There's actually a league here in town called the JPL. And it's just a bunch of guys that got together and created a pickleball league. And everyone in town wants to be a part of, but they don't invite anyone except the ones that kind of qualify for that.
Yeah.
And, everyone knows about it. Everyone wants to be a part of it. And so some of the people I talked to were actually friends of mine who are in the JPL. And they're like, oh man, we would join for sure, because there are nights that it rains and we need a place to go play and we don't have anything. So
yeah, when it's boutiquey like that, it creates the mystery. That's what hooked us, was the mystery of it. You're definitely creating the mystery already out there, and then you got this other league that doesn't just let anybody in as well. So the exclusivity for sure drives people coming in.
Well, one of the questions going back to that ad was also like, how many times a week do you play? What times do you like to play? And, we don't want the semi-pro guy who plays 15 times in a week,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, because they're going to clog up courts.
Yeah.
We want the 1 to 3 times a week person.
Mm-hmm.
The more casual, let me have a place to play. And so it starts at 100, and then we'll have 3 courts and a half court for like practice, and
Drills
there'll
and
be
stuff.
there are drills, or even 1-on-1 if you're waiting. You can play 1-on-1 on a half court. We'll have a Titan machine out there for you to available for people to train if they want to come by themselves. Towel service. So just trying to really give them a good experience. And if they don't, and the goal is, okay, after 3 months, man, we have a lot of court time available, then you may be at another 10 people. You can kind of slowly increase, but always keep in mind that the whole point of it is to make sure that people can get their court. So you either increase in price or increase in membership.
Yeah, I would imagine at some point, there's going to be a balance where, or some modality where, for like the cigar lounge is a great example. I go there because I like smoking cigars and I like to be around other people that do, but I also go there because it's a nice quiet place to work, or just unwind from my regular day some days too. So I'm guessing you're going to have that kind of feeling in there as well.
For sure. And I know when you guys did the podcast, you guys talked about the conference room and how someone threw a joke out there. Hey, that's what you want during your Zoom call. You're going to be hearing, the ball bouncing around.
That's right.
And I didn't think of that, until we're going to try to insulate everything. The idea behind it was actually, okay, we have an hour, but I have this call I got to do at 10 a.m. We can play. I can go in here, do my Zoom call, do my meeting, and then jump right into the game. Like instead of working from home and then having to drive or something like that. That was kind of the. But you brought up a great point.
Yeah, you could even do like maybe 1 or 2 small, what you would call like quiet booths, right? So I can jump in there. Maybe there's a green screen painted right behind me so I can put whatever background I want, and it's sound insulated so I can hop in there for a meeting, but then hop out and start playing my game after that.
Yeah.
The other thing I was thinking is obviously corporate meetings, right? So, hey, let's do a little team building today. We're going to talk about some corporate stuff, but then we're going to go out on the courts and we're going to get a couple pickleball lessons. For smaller little niche groups like that.
Yeah.
Any surprising lessons that have come out of this so far? Because you played once or twice. So, anything surprising that jumped out to you? Like, oh man, I didn't even know that.
Well, actually, the most surprised, I brought a lady here. There's a couple things. One is I brought a lady who she's been playing for years. I mean, I don't know, I think like 10, 15 years. She's actually the ambassador of pickleball here in Lynchburg.
Wow.
And she came by, she does lessons and everything. The one surprising thing, because she's like, tell me the layout. And I told her that we're going to have some showers. And she's like, I wouldn't put showers. No one takes showers after we play pickleball. And I was like, well, what if you got to go back to work? Like,
yeah.
You got to. So that was pretty funny. But the other one is how much people really like it.
Yeah.
Because I've been having vehicles come through the construction site. And it'd be some older lady, and I'm like, hey, can I help with anything? And she's over there wearing her shorts, her tank top, and her paddles, on her passenger. It's like, is this where the pickleball place is going to go? I said, yes, it is. So we've had several of those that have been coming through. So it's been pretty fun.
That's awesome. All right, so let's do a little something we do, Dink or Destroy. I'm going to give you 2 choices. Okay. You can only pick one. Can't choose both. All right. 100 perfect members or 1,000 okay members.
100 perfect members.
Yeah. Club exclusivity or open casual membership.
Exclusivity.
That's right. Serene retreat or energetic social hub.
Energetic social club.
Okay.
Social hub.
Yeah. Hands-on founder or delegating all operations?
Delegating all operations.
That's my man right there. Long-term vision or short-term momentum?
Long-term.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, so love having you on, brother. Tim, I can't wait to sneak in there one of these days in one of our travels. Come by, meet you, and see what it's all about. I know it's going to be doing big things. I know you'll fill up no matter what. And obviously, we're going to keep promoting you out here on the Big Dink Energy Podcast. So thanks so much for taking time out of your day today.
Appreciate it. Can't wait to have you guys out here.
That's right, Mr. Announcer Man. Thank you. This segment is powered by the Dink and Dash app, the only pickleball app that's not about the game. It's about the people. That's you out there listening right now. Go over, find your pickle pals, keep your Dink diary of wins, losses, and funny moments, and earn Dink badges by completing fun challenges. At Dink_and_dash on Instagram. Full launch coming soon on Google Play and the App Store. Dink and Dash. Friends made, courts played, memories saved.
All right.
All right, so Dink or Destroy is something we go thumbs up with. We send it over the net. It's for us, or thumbs down, not for us. Today, here's what I want to talk about. This is something that bothers me to no end.
No.
And I want to see where you all are on this. And you out there in the listening audience, I want you to get involved as well. Cancel culture. Cancel culture.
Okay.
So I'm looking at cancel culture accountability. So if someone makes a public mistake, are we canceling them? You're out of it. Lose your job, you lose your friends, lose your social media. The whole audience comes for you and cancels you. Or do you give people space to apologize and grow and learn?
I think accountability and censorship aren't always the same thing. So, people still have the right to speak, but others also have the right to respond.
Yeah, I get that. But I'm talking about those things where a group of people is offended, so the group coalesces.
Mob mentality.
Yeah, they get a mob mentality. They coalesce around the thing, the faux pas that you made, if it is that, and then they come for you. They come for your job. They blow you up on social media. They make sure they call your job. They get in the Google reviews for your job saying, because you employ this person, I'm not going to use your product. I mean, just canceling someone where you lose your job over something.
Yeah, I mean, without context and fairness and due process, I am 100% against cancel culture.
Yeah, because you see, there's certain jobs that kind of lend to it as well, and now everybody has a camera phone, so every little mistake out there is amplified and it's pushed out into the social media world, and it's picked up and run with more than anybody can even control.
And a lot of them are 10-second clips or whatever, and you didn't see the
full context.
The full context.
There
That's what
is
I'm
no
saying.
full context.
There's no context. There's no fairness. And I think it's just creating fear. People are afraid to say stuff, do stuff, because they don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, we've had to talk to our kids about it on things they post on social media, or even things they share. Just saying, if you share something, then people think you support whatever you're sharing.
Absolutely.
Which is the reason you share things.
It's valid.
That's a good reason to have a conversation about that. But yeah, I think that, everything in context, right? I agree with that as well, because if your intention was to harm a person or harm a group of people or malign them in some way,
right,
then okay, maybe you don't need to have the public soapbox that you have.
Right.
But I don't think, the person who just is living their life, people have bad days, they have bad moments,
absolutely.
They have stress that comes into their life. You got a camera shoved in your face and you're going through a crisis.
And someone caught it.
Yeah, and someone caught it. I mean,
I believe in accountability, but permanent destruction, that's too far.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all had bad moments. I can only imagine on my worst days, and I'm thank God somebody didn't have a camera. I probably said something to my kid that doesn't need to be on camera or whatever, And I think everybody has those moments, and everybody can throw stones until the role is reversed.
That's right.
And it's well, I would never. And it's you don't know that you would never, flip a switch. We've all flipped a switch. We just don't have cameras in our face.
Yeah, in my job and Paddle Princess's husband's job, I always have a camera on me. I know that for a fact. And then I always have 10 cameras watching me.
Yeah.
Is kind of how I look at it. But I mean, in a crisis where, maybe bullets are flying or fists are flying and we're trying to subdue somebody, I mean, I've been in those situations and I haven't come off bad on camera. I mean, who knows? Any given Sunday, right? Any given day could be just that day that,
And even people who catch people at fast food restaurants or at, the grocery store, and they're yelling at the cashier. It's what was said before that?
Right.
Yeah.
What led up to that?
What
That's
led up to it? You know, the antagonizing or the poor customer service. And I'm not saying poor customer service gets, you know, even worse customer service back, but there's a point where, you know, let people be. And if they do something wrong, give them the space to apologize, you know, and come back and say, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry, or whatever. We do that in everyday life. We should do that in social media as well.
Yeah, I mean, there are people also that don't understand what grace is.
That is very
and it
true.
doesn't come back. It doesn't come back around to them. They don't understand how to give grace, and they, like you said, though, the mob mentality takes over. You know, I think that's bad too, so I'm jumping in and I'm going to say the most horrific things about this person.
And I think
so. How's that better?
I think it's on either side of, and I'm not trying to get political, but on either side of the political spectrum, there's been things I'm like, those people don't deserve that. You know, like I think people are just people first.
Yeah.
You know, and humanity and treating people with respect and being a good human, that comes first. Whether your religion, political value, whatever, you know, we need to give people grace first.
Yeah, and I think people, they don't look at it from a perspective of, what if that was me?
Oh, I do. I know.
What if that was me? How would I feel if this mob came for me? Right, because anything you do could be turned right around on you, and then you're not in the good graces of the mob anymore. I do like it in the sense, maybe not the mob mentality, but I like it in the sense now that we're able to hold companies accountable.
I do agree with that.
You know, we're right, wrong, or indifferent. You know, sometimes it's wrong, and sometimes the mob gets it wrong. But the way that we're allowed to have voices now for companies, where, you know, back in the day, I would write a letter to a company and say, you wronged me, or I would talk to the manager, right, and say, I was wronged in your business, and hope I got some recompense or some satisfaction from that. But, you know, anymore, those aren't going anywhere. They're getting filtered by an AI and all that. So now when I can raise my voice in my community and bring a bunch of voices with me, then I might get some satisfaction out of that. So I guess, you know, there is no way to really regulate it.
I think each individual person needs to make that decision. Like, if a company does something that I personally don't agree with, I don't think they should be canceled. That's their prerogative. That's their company. That's their beliefs, their business. But that doesn't mean I have to still support them. So I can do what I can individually do as a consumer. Yeah. But when it's like the whole company needs to be canceled, I disagree with that.
Their shareholders will determine that based on
the
buying power of their customer.
Yeah, if so many people stop using their product, then now they have, you know, a board that needs to decide what to do after that. But coming out just on social media saying, you know, this, that, and the other, just because somebody makes a poor choice in a comment, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, if you support the First Amendment, you support the First Amendment. You
Either
know,
way, 100%.
And
it goes both ways.
It does go back both ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't cancel us.
Well, and there's that. There's also the other side where it's accountability. Like, to the girl who fried my daughter's hair and then said that she was going to refund us and then didn't. I did go on social media and I left her a review because I felt like I had the right to say that. You ruined my daughter's hair.
Right.
And then, like, I'm not inciting a mob to go after her, though.
No, you took your right to go
it was
on
my
Google
experience.
review.
Right.
Yeah. Your grievance went there, and you didn't recruit people to your problem. You just said, I had this problem, so now consumers can choose to what they're going to do about that.
Which I think people should do, and I think people should leave honest, actual reviews, because people do need to be held accountable when there is a wrong that is not righted.
Yeah, because on Google, like our big Dink Energy, Google leaves reviews on all of the courts and, you know, coffee shops and places that we go, because I know when we're traveling, we're always looking at those reviews. Like, did people have good food? Did they have good service? So it's very important. And I read those reviews all the time.
Yeah. And you write a ton of them.
I write a ton of them, too.
You got a really good rating on your reviews on Google.
I'm pretty bad at that. I need to get better at that.
Yeah, one of our court reviews had like over 500,000 views.
Aw.
I was like, dang.
Can we translate that to cash somehow?
I wish we could. Could we do it to listeners? Come on, listeners.
Hey, Navy Federal, figure out how we can get this in your banking system.
But like you guys are saying, I do hate it when somebody posts something and then everybody in the comments is like, well, this is so-and-so from this place and they work here and his mother is this and the mother and their kids are
we don't need
this.
to dox people.
Like, that's just out of control. Like, it just because you don't like it, move on with your life. You have to have something better to do with your life than to seriously like spend all of your time trying to cancel someone.
And I'm telling you, even if someone did me wrong and it was a corporation, a company, a small business, I'm not doxing them. I'm not putting their personal business out there.
That's just
their family.
That's out of control.
That's just too much.
Yeah.
Like, get a life.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm going to go destroy on cancel culture.
I'm going to be a destroy.
Destroy as well.
I like accountability culture.
There you go.
I agree with that.
Well, this is a good one. Tell us what you think. Get it up in the comments section. Let us know what you think about accountability or cancel culture in general.
News you can use.
This just in. Apparently, there's a trend on TikTok called bando picking. Any guesses?
Nope.
Bando picking.
Never heard of it.
All right. It's people, usually teens and vintage clothing hunters, sneaking into abandoned houses to go thrifting. Yep. Full-on trespassing for a pair of vintage Levi's.
Okay, so probably my kid.
Yeah, absolutely. They call these places bandos, short for abandoned, and they film themselves exploring them. I've seen some of these. It's interesting. Cracked walls, collapsing ceilings, spooky dolls in the corner, all for the chance to find a rare sweatshirt or old furniture to flip online.
So this is like Blair Witch shopping. Remember Blair Witch Project?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, it was pretty intense. I mean, it wasn't scary.
Oh, it gave me a nausea.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's kind of cool. Like, my kids always want to visit abandoned houses.
Yeah. I mean, but police are warning people, obviously, that trespassing and breaking and entering is wrong.
I agree.
And do you really want that haunted pair of jeans?
I get it, but I do understand, especially boys. Like, anytime we drive past an abandoned house, our son is like, well, we could go in there. It would be so cool. It would be so cool.
Well, so I'm in that group because remember when on our trip we went past that abandoned hospital. I was like, oh man, I wish we would have stopped.
Yeah, because I was like, it would be like Silent Hill.
Yeah. So, but then here's the thing: what if something goes wrong? Who are you going to call then?
Well, that's true. I mean, if the ceiling falls in on you and you end up hurt, I mean, that's on your dime.
You totally missed the line. You could have had that.
I didn't hear you.
If something goes wrong while you're in there, who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
There you go. Thank you.
Sorry.
Jeez.
I missed
my
it.
God. It was like a softball. I tossed it right to you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
It's because you didn't have the right inflection. Who you gonna call? Like that.
Okay.
Gotta add that in there.
Then I would have known.
Okay. Would you guys do this? Let us know in the comments. Would you guys do this?
I do not play around with that spooky stuff.
Nope, absolutely not. That is creepy. It's scary. You don't know if there's needles. You don't know if there's drugs. You don't know if somebody's going to pop out and kidnap you.
But that's the intriguing part, I think, to at least to our kid, is like, oh, it'll be so fun. It was so fun, Mom.
I'm good.
I'm in all the way. I love
don't
it.
need that kind of thrill in my life.
Honestly, I think, an old story, I really think maybe we set our son up for that because remember when they were little and they would misbehave in the car, we would point to abandoned buildings and be like, if you don't listen, we're going to drop you off at Dirty House Daycare.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And to this day, he's like, is that Dirty House Daycare? And I'm like, it's really not. Like, you're 16, I can tell you
Any
now.
house that was falling apart, nobody living in.
We're like, we're dropping you off there if you do not listen. So maybe that's why he's like, I kind of want to go there now.
Let me see what good daycare's like in there.
But even the other day, our daughter was like, can you take us to that bridge that's supposed to be haunted? And I'm
we
like,
did do something
Maxdale?
like that. We did
I'm
something
like,
on the way to Arizona.
I mean,
Las
somebody will
Vegas.
take you. It ain't going to be me, though.
I think it's closed now,
I ain't trying to be
permanently.
I ain't trying to have spirits. I'm going to get some
Nope.
sage and do whatever.
I am not about that. No.
Yeah, the only
No,
kind of
I don't like
spirits
that
I'm
stuff.
looking for are clink in my glass.
But I mean, just go to Goodwill. Like, I mean,
Right.
That's what the kids do. And
Plato's
that's
Closet
what
or
our kids are
something.
doing right now. All right, tell us in the comments what's the wildest thing you've ever found while thrifting or cleaning out a house, because I don't want you breaking in, so I cleaned it up for you so you know what I'm talking about.
bandos? Is that what you said?
Bando, yep.
Bando.
Bando.
That's it for this episode. Unless you've got something to say, think we got it wrong, have a better take, we want to hear it. Find us at bdepodcast.com or at BDE Podcast on the socials. Drop us a message. We might just feature you in the next episode. If you had a good time, well, samesies. If not, maybe try again. We grow on people. So you know the deal. Follow the show, tell a friend, and leave us a review. Or just pretend this never happened. Until next time, keep the dink soft and the energy big.